round 3. Full self-driving, snow-covered roads. I'm going to again control the speed, just for precaution. Obviously, the conditions are still a little snick. Plows are coming through tonight, so tomorrow should bring a better day. Very hesitant today. I don't know where it. There we go. Yeah, it's. I'm gonna start. Whoops. Watching this screen more, safely, obviously, but I want to try and see exactly what. Yeah, I see it. Just without lines on the road, it's very confused there. It thought that those cars were in line. But I mean, it's very snow covered, like completely snow covered. So now we're stopped. I'm gonna intervene and give it some gas and see. Like, there's no reason for it to stop there. It just doesn't know. Yeah, and there's some slipping. All right, I got it. And that was, we were going 10 kilometers an hour. So let me re-engage. I'm trying to stay away from traffic the best. That's odd. I didn't even, that must have just been slipping from acceleration. I'm gonna wait till these cars get past me, then I'll re-engage again. It's having a really tough time though. Without lane markings, it just doesn't know. So I'm gonna keep it at like 30. Now it's seeing the road a lot better here. And you can kind of visualize that too, like the snow gets a lot clearer when it's up on the grass and whatnot, so it's doing better. Yeah, this is looking much better now. Again, we'll see how it accelerates. If it slips, it might tell me to take over again. Just go straight, buddy, you got it. There we go. So it's better. Again, I'm going to keep it at 30. We got, in hindsight, I shouldn't have taken this road, because up here is a very blind, it's not very blind, but it's for a human driver, it's a difficult right turn. It is fairly blind and pretty steep going up this hill. So we'll see if there's any slippage. Obviously, a lot of sand on here, so that should help. Let's just hope I don't get stuck up here, because we're sitting on quite an incline. And then it's probably going to slide a little bit. Let's see if we can get up this hill. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem actually. And it did that fairly aggressively, and there's a slip. So okay, I got it. So I'll take over there. I'm just going to clean the windshield here real quick. And then I'll re-engage it, and then it, again, now we're on a pretty straight go. So it should be better here. I'm going to slow it down. I don't want it to go 50. You can feel the hesitancy in the car, because you know, the steering wheel even, and you can see it in the video, it's kind of searching for the lane. It's going a little left, a little right. It's doing good now. I'm allowing it to go 45 because we're, you know, there's also heavier traffic, and I think that helps too when it has those other cars to kind of judge on. But it's still drifting a little bit left, like not drifting, it's steering itself left and right, trying to find that laneway. Now here it goes into 2 lanes. Okay, it's stuck on the right lane. It's okay. Doing better. Now I just wanted to stay in this right lane now and not get confused. So far it's seeing it. I think that's key. See, now it's drifting a little left. There's no cars around me, so I'm just gonna watch my surroundings and make sure it's going okay. But it didn't cross the line, but it started to drift a little left. Even now it's hugging the left a little bit. And we have a right-hand turn here. You should see that lane. That's pretty evident. Yeah, there it goes. It's a little slow to get into the lane, but it's here now. Green light. Good. Yeah, now we're drifting left into the snow again. I don't want it to go too far left because it's oncoming traffic. So I'm wondering what it's seeing now. Like, you can see the 2 tire tracks, and there's cars coming up behind me, so I don't want to get stuck in here too long. I'm going to try and let it figure this out. But boy, is it hesitant. Now it's going to hit... No, I'm going to take over because that would have been the curb. So there's one disengagement. It just has a really hard time. Now, even if we watch this while I'm driving, you can see the hesitancy in it. I'm going to re-engage it. See how it does. Sorry, there we go. Whoops, since it's 30 here. It's another issue I have with, not the car, Canadian signs. There's some crosswalk signs. I'll try and point them out in the video when I post it. But there's some crosswalk signs that say slow when lights flashing, because it has those overhead lights. And it says slow to 30. And it thinks it's a 30 km/h sign, but it's not. It's a kind of a temporary. Okay, I'm not sure what it's braking for here. So I have to intervene and give it some gas because it was just presumably stopping for no reason. Now, we do have a traffic circle coming up here. There's no cars around me. I'm wondering if I do this traffic circle manually or if I let the car try it out, and I think I'm gonna let it try. There's a couple cars coming up behind me. Let's slow this down a little bit. Alright, slow down. Yeah, now it's drifting. I'm gonna do this traffic circle myself. I'm not loving the way it's seeing the road right now, so it wasn't a smart entrance by the Subaru. I'll re-engage and see how it does here. Stay to the right, good. So it's engaged again. I'm going to slow it down. I didn't like how it was getting in there. I had to hit the brakes because it was coming in on that truck. So another disengagement. Let's see how it does on this back-ish road. Yeah, it's not engaged actually. That was only cruise control. That was my fault. There we go. Don't turn right. That doesn't sound good. Nope. Yeah, and so again, I want to look here. And you can see it doesn't know where the... Now it's seeing it, but it didn't know where the edge of the roadway was there. So it kind of went looking for it, which can be scary when you're driving. But again, I'm gonna stay super alert. I'm gonna slow this thing right down to 30 because we are in a residential. Keep in mind that's 30 km/h for anyone watching, not in miles. And now that the sidewalks are evident, it's seeing the road a lot better. But back in that field, so there's a field coming up here. I'm really curious how it sees this. I'm gonna slow it down and let it drive. So we can see the field. The car's losing the edge of roadway, yeah, and it tried to drive into the field there. So I also, by the way, you know, I hate how when you disengage, it keeps it on cruise control. You just cut everything out. There's no need for cruise control. So yeah, here you can see that it's just not seeing the edge of roadway on the left now. On the right it's actually catching it, which is surprising because it looks just as dark, but I guess you can see the shadows there. And that's what I'm trying to pick up on when I'm driving, like looking at what I'm looking at versus what the car cameras see. So I'll leave this one for now. This one's been a little longer, so I'll cut it off and I'll keep doing these. I'm going to do some nighttime drives here in the near future, so stay tuned for those. And I'm going to keep winter beta testing, and soon, the plows are coming out tonight, so we'll have some clearer roads and I'll be able to do some better testing with some better visibility. It's not always like this, but stay tuned and I'll show you more.